You know, they're schemers. Schemers trying to control their little worlds.
Now, before we get to the debate, I've got to tell you about one story. The FDA is currently in the process of approving the first genetically engineered animal for human consumption. It's a super salmon. The FDA will hold a public hearing in September on whether the salmon should be labeled as genetically modified if they allow it on the market. And that's considered a key issue in whether the public will actually buy the fish and have it showing up on their dinner plates. The salmon's being developed by Aqua Bounty Technologies of Massachusetts. And get this, it grows to the market size weight in just half of the usual time. And there's a reason for its quick growth. It's because it takes hormones from a Chinook salmon and combines it with an ocean pout, which is this eel-like creature, and that produces the extra large and very quickly growing salmon. So the firm says that genetically modified salmon can avoid the risks of pollution, disease, and other problems that you can find in saltwater fish farms by raising the salmon at those inland facilities. Now, environmentalists and scientists are watching the FDA and the public's reaction to the salmon very closely. If this is approved, this could open the door to a large range of genetically modified animals being raised for consumption. But I'm not sure that Americans are going to rush to the supermarket for this super salmon, especially if they're told that it's genetically modified with eel-like creature DNA.
History of food. For the first time, the government is considering whether to allow the sale of food from a genetically altered animal. The FDA taking it up today.
Fuck you! Yeah, that's my message to you. Fuck you and kiss my ass.
A company has tinkered with the genetic material of salmon so the fish can grow faster and reach groceries sooner. Are eaters ready? Here's Lisa Stark.
It looks like any other salmon, but opponents call it Frankenfish and hope to keep it off your dinner plate. Here's the difference. Both these fish are 18 months old, but the larger genetically engineered Aqua Advantage salmon grows twice as fast as the regular salmon.
This is the first genetically engineered animal that would be introduced to the food supply, so it's a big deal.
Atlantic salmon grows in fits and starts, but scientists found that adding genetic material from a Pacific salmon and an eel-like fish helps them grow round the clock.
This fish is indistinguishable from the traditional foods.
How can you say it's indistinguishable, though, when it clearly has a different genetic makeup than an Atlantic salmon?
But it tastes the same, it looks the same, and the biology is exactly the same.
FDA scientists today agreed.
Aqua Advantage salmon is Atlantic salmon, and food from Aqua Advantage salmon is as safe as food from other Atlantic salmon.
Still, critics claim more studies are needed on how the fish might affect humans and the environment. For instance, what happens if these altered fish somehow make it out into the wild? Would they breed with native salmon? Would they crowd out the wild fish? The company insists there are safeguards.
They're all sterile, and they're raised in physically contained facilities.
But opponents say there's no guarantee all the fish will be sterile. And there's already one case study in how the best laid plans can go awry. Canola plants used to make canola oil were genetically engineered to be resistant to weed killer. The problem, their seeds have now migrated from the company farms, carried by the wind, and perhaps by trucks taking them to market. They're now growing on the roadsides of North Dakota. Scientists worry they may create a hard-to-kill superweed. As for the genetically altered salmon, one question still on the table: will folks eat it? And will they even know what they're eating? Because the FDA has to decide if the fish will even carry a special label. Lisa Stark, ABC News, Washington.
Fuck you! Yeah, that's my message to you. Fuck you and kiss my ass.
Everybody be cool. You be cool.
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Fuck you, fuckball.
In a world gone crazy with organics, nutritional supplements, non-hybrid seeds, and so-called medicinal herbs, who will defend humanity with science? Introducing the S-Men, including Captain Obvious.
We discovered that if you eat better when you're younger, you'll have improved health when you're older.
Genetically modified Corn Man, Due to a freak accident in Monsanto's GMO lab, he can now produce popcorn when he passes gas. The Confuser. This doctor has mastered the uncanny ability to confuse patients by using medicalized Latin.
Doctor, what do I have? You have acute idiopathic osteosegmental separation. Oh my God, is that bad? You'll need surgery.
The Vaccine Vigilante. He got government permission to use juvenile prisoners as human guinea pigs for vaccine experiments.
Hold still, little children.
Radioactive Man. One of the original design engineers on the Fukushima power plant, he was on site during the accident and developed the superpower of being radioactive. Seizure Girl. After drinking aspartame-laced diet soda for 10 years straight and receiving HPV vaccine injections, she discovered the power to unleash a full-body seizure at any time she chooses. And at other times she doesn't choose. And introducing Professor S. Confined to a wheelchair following a horribly failed bargain with an underworld demon, he was forced to repay his dark master by devouring human souls. Together, they are the S-Men, the scientific saviors of our world, defending your right to enjoy chemical pesticides, GMOs, chemotherapy, vaccines, and fluoride, all while protecting humanity from the horrible dangers of organic foods, nutrition, herbal remedies, and other dangerous substances like fresh milk. The S-Men, where the S stands for science.
Help wanted. The TSA needs your help to protect America's national security. As a lightly trained TSA officer, you'll
Little GMO, you're not a friend of mine. Yeah, I worry about you every time I dine. 'Cause they won't put a label on the food I buy. I'm gonna spit it out, shout it out, close them down, GMO. No more, no more GMO, no more GMO. No more GMO. No more GMO. Little GMO, you're made by Monsanto. You look like the real thing. There's no way I can know. He stole the patent from God now, so even he can't grow. Whoa, whoa. He wants to spit it out, shout it out, close them down, GMO. No more, no more GMO, 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 no more GMO. Gonna tell my grocer to not buy GMO. Tell my friends and neighbors everything they should know. What they grow you is a secret. It's everywhere you go. Whoa, whoa. Threaten every living thing on earth. Side effects I'm not too sure. Gonna spit it out, shout it out, close them down, GMO. No more, no more GMO. No more GMO. No more GMO.
and they found that the genes that were inserted into soybeans transferred into the DNA of the bacteria living inside us, and certain varieties of genetically modified corn are engineered to produce an insecticide. An insecticide living inside us, an insecticide.
I'm looking at the food that's in the grocery store. They say it's safe, everybody eat more. On second thought, I don't really know if it's made with those GMOs. So I'm looking for the non-GMO label. Before I bring it home and put it on the table, I wanna know if it's verified, so I don't harm myself with genetically modified. They don't want you to know. Poison they grow. Profits they show. From those GMOs. Seeds that they sow. Gonna hurt us, we know. Told them to go. Say GMO, no. Hey, look. I don't wanna eat poison, I don't want gene mutations at my dinner reservations. It's a food abomination, what they're doing to this fast food nation. They take artificial gene combinations, inject them in seed variations, so they can grow their franken-food imitations, while the side effects cause medical patients. Keep the profits alive while they're spraying on the food with name-brand herbicides, and all the while they're spreading their lies. Monsanto destroy a farmer's lives, and the FDA just keeps it all going, saying it's safe even though they all know it's just poison, stealing away your life, and that's what you eat, genetically modified. They don't want you to know. Poison they grow. Profits they show. GMO, no. Seeds that they sow. Gonna hurt us, we know. Told them to go. Say GMO, no.
FDA scientists said that GMOs might create allergies, toxins, new diseases, and nutritional problems. Allergies, toxins, toxins. And they said, no testing necessary. No testing necessary.
GMO safety, that's a corporate myth. If you don't believe me, listen to Jeffrey Smith. He's the man with the plan, gonna do what he can to help us all get those GMOs banned. But we need you to lend a hand, take a stand against this food stand. It's a mission for the health condition worldwide, cause we don't wanna live genetically modified.
No testing necessary. No insecticide. Living inside us. No testing necessary. No insecticide. Living inside us.
Don't eat food unless you know what's in it. Don't believe the propaganda, the press will spin it. Affects everybody, we all up in it. Stand up to Monsanto, tell him, oh no you didn't. Reject franken foods in the store. Demand honest labels so we can be informed. We have a natural right to know what we buying. Just say no to GMO before our farms start dying. Just say no to GMO. These corporate crooks are lying. Just say no to GMO. This time we're not complying. Just say no to GMO. We just not buying it. Just say no to GMO.
No testing necessary. No insecticide.
Just say no to GMO.
No testing necessary. No insecticide.
Just say no to GMO.
You know, they're schemers. Schemers trying to control their little worlds.
You guys partake?